The red lights go on now. They go out, and it is a good start by Pip Hammond on the front row of the grid. It looks like he might just have drawn ever so slightly alongside. No, Pip Hammond has to settle into second place. Looked like Andy Anderson in the Suzuki Swift had to take to the grass before going into Clairvaux. But very neat and tidy, and it's very much as you were up at the front of the field with Stuart Place leading Pip Hammond and Ben Bateman. So he's being chased by two PDC Racing machines as they head through the chicane and down towards Tower Bend for the first time. Looking very close for fifth place as we've got the two red cars being chased. The number 41 machine of Jason Wood.
Rogers.
Yeah, being...
oh, and side by side there, Neil Dudman around Martin Kaiser trying to get the run up here. Now, this is going to be quite scary. Around there, you go full flat out, but it looks like they are going to go line astern as they go through, which is a good idea.
Yeah, very much so. Good.
Oh, no, side by side. Look at that. Oh, Martin had to lift up there to get through.
Well, I was going to say, normally an idea to go single file through the Jim Clark S's, but Martin Kaiser definitely giving it a go around the outside. Not quite managing to make it stick. A little bit further back, James Hazelhurst.
Nice little move there on Darren Bassonthwaite there. I told you to be the man to watch. He was at the back of the grid, and he's already made up 5 places.
I was just going to say, yeah, he said he was going to make forward progress, and he already has. Now, this is the section of the track where Pip Hammond was significantly faster than Stuart Place in yesterday's race, and he has caught right back up with them. Ben Bateman running a little bit wide there. You see them cocking the back wheel as they round the hairpin, but Hammond taking a very tight line round the hairpin, and is lost a little bit of ground to Stuart Place as a result. As they complete the first lap, Place's advantage is 0.8 of a second, whereas Hammond's advantage over the third place Ben Bateman is only half a second.
Yeah, Ben Bateman, and he's taking Finn Groom with him. Finn Groom's managed to stick on the tail of there, but I see Pip likes to undo the steering quite early on in the corner. These Novas, they're known for spinning the inside wheel very easily, and that's Pip's way of dealing with that. It is very difficult on these tight corners not to let the inside wheel spin. It's just all it wants to do, but that's how Pip does it. He just unwinds the steering a bit, and as they go towards Tower now, we see as yesterday Stuart Place gets a good 4 or 5 car lengths on him, but then as we get to the far end of the circuit, Pip will catch that up.
Stuart Place, last time we did come to Croft, did win both races, so he definitely has form here, and well, form was the word of his year last year, wasn't it, with 9 wins overall on his way to his maiden championship, whereas Pip Hammond didn't contest full season last year. He tends to crop up for a few races, a bit like Ben Short in the MX-5s, but Pip saying he's tempted to do the full season now with some good competition.
Neil's having a sneaky little look there on Sunny in. Those 205s are literally bumper to bumper with Martin Kaiser right on the back of them. Martin had a pretty bad qualifying, but he was very pleased to finish where he did in the end. As we look towards the complex, we see the leaders come in, and there we are, Pip Hammond right on the back of Stuart Place again, and they've got a few car lengths now on Ben Bateman.
Yeah, once again, Pip Hammond has got his car set up for the slower complex, hasn't he? Just draws in the race leader, doesn't he? Now we had a little look up the inside there. Martin Kaiser in the number 88 being pressured by Stuart Cleveley for 8th position. We've got the slippery surface flag still out at the final corner. That'll be because of the dust, I think, down the front straight. But despite Hammond closing in the complex section, still lacking by 0.8 of a second by the time they get to the timing line over Stuart Place.
Yeah, Stuart's got that little bit of extra power. As we noticed yesterday, they'd come out literally bumper to bumper, and Stuart would just stretch a little lead going down a start-finish straight, and Pip said, yeah, unless I'm actually in front of him, I still don't know if I can get to the line as quick as he does.
Back towards Tower Bend, top 3 very spreading out and pulling clear of Finn Groom in that grey number 91 machine. He has got Jason Wood for very close company in that battle for 4th position, and then a bit of a gap back to Martin Rogers in 6th, Neil Dudman, Martin Kaiser and Stuart Cleveley forming a little group there before we get back to Rick Groom in 10th position.
Yeah, as I say, Finn Grooms just seems to be losing the back of that train, but those front two, like they did yesterday, they're inching away from the 3rd place man. Yesterday we had Jason Wood in that position. and seeing Finn Groom in front of him doing very well indeed.
Yes, Jason Wood was very much the defender yesterday, and now in 5th position is very much the attacker against Finn Groom. It was Ben Bateman he was having the battles with yesterday for the last spot on the podium. Like a bit of a swapper there for the number 39 and Martin Rogers going into the complex, but there is that battle for 4th position, which is being led by Finn Groom.
Oh, Neil Dunn's
dive
gone up the inside. Oh, now this will be a little sprint race to the finishing line, but Neil Dunman has got a slightly slower exit, and as they come across the line, they are indeed side by side, as Martin Rogers just seems to be pulling little legs, but no, that's as far as they're going to get. And are we going to be side by side through Clervaux? A very scary corner. We're doing about 110 miles an hour down here, and you brake for this very awkward car, and Neil Dunman has actually finished off the move.
Great stuff. Meanwhile, Stuart Place has stretched his lead to about a second and is flirting with the lap record here, which was set by Pete Morgan 2 years ago. It's a 41.71, and Stuart Place just done a 41.80.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. I mean, we are running completely different tyres than what we were 2 years ago. We were on Yoko 48s, but now we're on these Toyos, and I'm very surprised to see him that close to the lap record. I didn't think a lap record could be broken on these tyres, but Stuart is showing you can get pretty close.
And 25 kilos of weight on board as well.
25 kilos, yes.
We do have good conditions out here at Croft at the moment, don't we? But this battle for 4th place, it's now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in pursuit for 4th position. And Jason Wood is the first challenger in his red and black PDC racing car. They head through sunny in and sunny out. But he's got to be careful because we've already seen that Neil Dudman can be the aggressor.
Neil just had to lift there. I think it was going to go in the back of Jason there. But yes, Neil Dudman is definitely a man on the move. Yes, Jason's going to be all over. He's going to be worried that Finn might be able to get away.
Yeah,
look at that right at the back of him. He's getting so close in the 4th place.
Diving again up the inside.
Same move.
Neil Dudman absolutely loves that hairpin, doesn't he? It's the 2nd lap in a row that he's made a lunge up the inside, and that is Neil Dudman now up into 5th position ahead of Jason Wood, but Jason Wood is coming back on the outside line, and he has drawn clear by the time they get down to Clervaux. So Jason Wood takes back the 5th position, and yeah, Martin Rogers got to do it all over again.
That was incredible. Just showing that hairpin is such a difficult corner. You can get round on the inside, but then you compromise your exit from it. And Jason was just showing, you know, if you stick to your guns, you get that better extra few miles an hour as you exit, and then can power down on the straight. As we can see that, yes, Ben Bateman's definitely shaken off Finn Groom, but looking at this battle, this is for 5th place, and Neil is all over the back of Jason again. Well,
Finn Groom, in turn, is also shaking off the rest of this field as well, while they're squabbling amongst themselves. That little tit for tat at the hairpin and down the straight has allowed Finn Groom to pull away just by about a second. 1.4 seconds clear he was by the time they got down to the timing line. It seems a lot less than that now, though. So even just with a few clear corners, Jason Wood is able to bridge that gap once again. So it's still got Martin Rogers, still got Martin Kaiser and Stuart Cleveley right in there as well. Rick Groom has joined the fight as well. And then there's about 7 seconds back to the car in 11th position. Martin Kaiser in his martini-coloured car getting quite close to the back of Martin Rogers, but no way through going into the complex.
Now looking at the front as they just cross in front of us, Stuart Place has now got about 5 or 6 car lengths over Pip Hammond there. Oh, look at this.
Neil tried it again.
Another sneaky little look, but decided to sit back. And yes, Stuart Place has now got a fastest lap of 41.766. Now that is very close to the lap record, is it not?
Yeah, it's half a tenth of a second away. So 41.71 is the target. He's just done a 41.76. So getting very, very close there. But yeah, this battle for 4th place still raging on. And you see there are 5.5 seconds behind Ben Bateman now in 3rd position. So even though they're carrying the extra ballast, it's not doing too much in terms of their lap times, and these guys squabbling seems to be making more of the difference than anything else. They head back towards Tower Bend in the slipstream down the straight. Jason Wood looking very close. So is Neil Dudman. Neil Dudman around the outside. A lock up from Jason Wood, and Neil Dudman takes 2 in 1.
What a move! That was incredibly. Had so much faith in the brakes on that. What a move!
That was brilliant, but it looks like Finn Groom is coming back around the outside. They're side by side in the Jim Clark S's, but the number 48 of Neil Drummond does just come out ahead despite having to take the outside line through that right-hander. He has cleared Finn Groom, and with one fell swoop brings himself up from 6th position into 4th.
What a move that was. That was incredible at Tower. Another corner. Oh, look at that. I think that's Martin Rogers going a little bit wide. And Martin Kaiser has got a sneaky view up the inside. We can't quite see where they're at. We're looking at the 2XR2 battle. It looks like Stuart Cleveley's got his exhaust has come off at the back. And he might get a flag for that if it starts worrying the scrutineers.
Martin Kaiser going outside, inside move there on Martin Rogers in the middle of the complex.
He's got it. Stuart Cleveley's trying to follow him. Stuart Cleveley has now gone up the inside of Martin Rogers. What a brilliant move. He's a new racer to this series, and he's certainly quickly proving that he's very quick, and now he's trying to have a go at Martin Kaiser.
Oh, fantastic stuff up and down the field. Just an update on that lap record. It has fallen, but not at the hands of Stuart Place. At the hands of Pip Hammond in his PDC Racing Vauxhall Nova, 1:41.691, so 200ths of a second quicker than Pete Morgan's 2022 lap record. That has now been broken by Pip Hammond. Paul Thorpe cannot believe it because of the change in the tyres and also the ballast as well, which should, in theory, slow the cars down. But you see we've still got the same top 3 from yesterday. Battle happening further down. Jason Wood looking up the inside of Finn Groom. He was into Tower Bend, but didn't manage to make that move stick for 5th position. And you see we had 6 or 7 cars in a train. They've sort of split off into 2 separate groups now. But here's that battle for 5th place. Finn Groom in the grey and blue car leading the red and black of Jason Wood.
Wow, what a move. We're seeing some fantastic racing. It's a bit quiet at the front. I'm so impressed with Pip Hammond there beating the lap record. I never would have believed that would be possible on these tyres. And now I'm looking towards, as we're getting towards the end of the race, Pip is very close, and Finn, is that
Rick Groom and Martin Rogers?
Martin Rogers now. I'm wondering if Martin's got a problem there, but looking as the leaders come across the start-finish line.
And they're suddenly much closer together.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I think that fastest lap of Pip there, he must have had the perfect lap to get on the back, and I don't know, Pip is flashing his light saying, oh, I'm coming, but we're running out of laps. We've got just under 3 minutes left to go. And the tyres will be off their maximum now. We won't see any quicker times.
Hammond took half a second out of our race leader last time around. The gap's still 9/10 of a second, but this is worth monitoring because that is quite a substantial amount of time to take out of our race leader, considering that Stuart Place has been the form man. He's looked pretty untouchable. Reigning champion, of course, with 9 victories to his name. A big swapper, though, for Pip Hammond going into Tower Bend. Gathers it up very nicely. The gap looks like it's extending again, but this is the part of the circuit where Stuart Place all weekend has had the advantage over Pip Hammond. And then as we go into the second half of the lap, Hammond is able to close it back down again.
It's so interesting that these drivers, Stuart likes the steady entrance into, and it looks like Finn Groom and Jason Wood side by side as they went round Tower. And it looks like they are still side by side as they come to the Jim Clark S's. And who's going to lose? No, they're still side by side. What a move this is. Oh, this is brilliant racing for these. And Stuart Cleve's saying, go on, let me through, but he can't find a way. But Finn Groom is still on the inside. No, Jason Wood has just got the legs on a scene at the Sunny Inn.
Well, Jason was looking at the back of that car since the start of the race. Martin Rogers going very wide into Sunny Inn. While we were watching the leaders, Martin Kaiser has come out ahead of everyone here and into what I can only imagine is 5th position, ahead of Jason Wood and Finn Groom while they were battling in his martini coloured car.
How did he do that when you didn't see that at all?
It's astonishing, and he's pulled away from them as well. And Finn Groom is not done with Jason Wood just yet.
He must have sneaked by. Because of these 2 cars were fighting, must have slowed them somewhere quite substantially.
And he's got up the inside into the hairpin, has Finn Groom, so trying to take that 6th position it is now back. But Jason Wood with the momentum from that outside line does pull ahead. And actually Finn Groom's got to be careful because Stuart Cleveley in the number 44 car is looking to the outside of Clervaux.
Well, yes, looking at this, Stuart is definitely showing. You can see, we'll see his novice cross on there, and he's still so new to this championship, but he's really showing he can pedal a car.
Now, one of the top 2 just kicked up a lot of dust out of Tower Bend. I could just see out the commentary box window. Here they are. I imagine we'll be on the last lap now. They crossed the line at 13:42 into the race distance. We've only got 20 seconds left on the clock, so I think this will be the last lap. And yet Finn Groom is still having to defend from the 44 of Stuart Cleveley, and he kicks up a little bit of dust at Tower Bend for good measure as well. But this is for the lead of the race. It has closed up dramatically. Pip Hammond right on the back of Stuart Place here. He goes to the outside of the complex. This is the part of the circuit where Hammond's been sensational, and he's going round the outside. He'll have the line into the right hand, and they bang wheels. It's a repeat of yesterday, but Pip Hammond has taken the lead at the final corner.
Is he going to have the legs? He's going to have the legs?
He's going to push him out of the final corner. They're side by side. They bang wheels once again. It's going to be neck and neck to the finish line, but it is just going to be Pip Hammond with a sensational last lap victory in the Finishline UK Classic Stock Hatch Championship. What a final lap!
Wow, that is unbelievable. I was talking to Pip yesterday. He said, even if I'm in front, I don't know if I can beat him to the line. What a fantastic move. That's why that man's an ex-champion. He's fantastic. I mean, he was most of the race, he was over a second and a half behind, but he must have set his car up perfect for the end of the race, because he got that fastest lap, the record fastest lap round here, and then to do that on Stuart Place, and we know how good Stuart Place is. What a fantastic show, what a fantastic display, what a race.
Absolutely brilliant. 3/10 separated at the line. Ben Bateman picks up a second podium of the weekend in third position. Neil Dudman across the line in fourth. Martin Kaiser in fifth, coming out on top in that battle. Jason Wood did hold off Finn Groom, who in turn held off Stuart Cleveley. My goodness, and Pip Hammond waving outside the car. What a sensational battle. Here are the results. Pip Hammond defies Stuart Place on the final lap of the race. Ben Bateman, a second podium of the weekend for him. Neil Dudman in fourth, ahead of Martin Kaiser and Jason Wood. Finn Groom holding off Stuart Cleveley on the last lap there, with Rick Groom and Martin Rogers completing the top 10. Andy Anderson in the Suzuki Swift. Hopefully he doesn't get disqualified from this one. He's added the extra 6 kilos, I hope, and will get to keep that 11th place, just ahead of Ryan Clark and Darren Battingthwaite, with Lucas Dryden in 14th position. And yeah, Ewan Linscomb continuing his rookie weekend. James Hazelhurst seemed to have problems there, unfortunately, as he was a lap down in the end of Terry Roughton.
Must have had problems.
Completing the order.
Because he went up quite a few places in the first lap, so there must have been a problem, but what a display again. I mean, I was looking at the race. Oh, there he is. There we see James Hazelhurst. He's obviously got a problem. He's pulled off there just before the Jim Clark S's. Oh, what a shame. His weekend's just not been very good at all. But what a display. It was quite quiet in comparison to yesterday. But towards the end there, they certainly made up for that.
Very quick, Paul. While we just wait for the cars to get into pit lane and down towards Tom, who would be taking home the £50 Driver of the Day voucher from Finishline UK, in your opinion?
No, that's going to be tricky. I'm not choosing it this weekend, but certainly with the Driver of the Day award, we tend not to give it to the first 3 places because they've already. I'm looking further back towards the end to see if one of them will be up for that trophy. But as I say, we have an independent observer choose the Driver of the Day. And be interested to see who they choose. It's very difficult. There were so many good battles throughout the field.
Well, we are ready to go down and hear from our race winners after a very dramatic race. Let's head down to Tom in a few seconds, who is with our race winners.
We're down here in the pit lane now, just waiting for Pip Hammond to get out of the car. We'll have a quick chat with him. That was excitement right up until the very end. Pip, crikey, left that late a little bit, didn't you? And then just went full send around the outside into complex.
Yeah, I mean, we traded a bit more paint than I'd have liked. I mean, I think I had position. It was always going to get close. So I'll have to look back at the footage and see if I overstepped or not. But I feel like it was okay. I mean, in general, the racing with Stuart's been fantastic all weekend, and I hope he doesn't feel like it's anything more than both of us trying to win the race. We did the same yesterday with the opposite result, so hopefully he doesn't feel too aggrieved about it. I'll go shake his hand in a minute.
Well, we'll go and find out in a minute, won't we? But yeah, amazing work, and also a new lap record as well during that race.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, for yourself.
Fantastic. I mean, I didn't expect that. We've all switched to these Toyos as a control tyre recently, and the prevailing wisdom they were a little bit slower. But I guess we pushed each other on pretty well there for about 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm really pleased to hear that, and yeah, a very good weekend for me and the team.
It was a brilliant result. I've got to ask, the lights were on and off as well during that race. Do you think the fastest lap and the new lap record is down to turning the lights on?
No, to be honest, Stuart was mostly, seemed to be at least a second ahead of me for most of the race. And I was just trying to do anything to make him look in his mirrors, really. I mean, I wasn't flashing him so much as just trying him on different parts.
Just checking that they were still working.
Try getting his head, and I don't know if it worked or what, because I crossed the car up a few times just trying to catch up as well. So maybe I just did enough to distract, maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. Great result as well. And again, congratulations on the win and also on the new lap record as well.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you. So we're going to skip Stuart Place at the moment. We'll see if he's going to talk to us or not. But we'll have a chat with third place, Ben Bateman, who took third place yesterday on the last corner of the last lap. So pretty much what Pip did today for the overall race win. But looked fairly steady away out there for you today.
Yeah, got a little bit lost, just trying to pace myself throughout the whole race, and that was about it, really.
Were they coming towards you at the end?
Yeah, I felt I'm getting a bit closer, so I pushed it a little bit harder, but managed to pace myself enough, and we stayed in third, so.
Great stuff. Happy with the result?
Very happy, yeah. It's been an excellent weekend.
Double podium.
I know.
Great stuff. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to talk to Stuart Place at the moment. We'll see if we can bring you some news on his position. But heading out now, I can just see coming off the dummy grid is going to be the Sports Cup 1000, and we'll go to them next.